we go. Setting up. And hello.
Hello. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Helen. And together we're Committed
Parenting. Yes. And so around here, we are all about families thriving. Like that's really what we're most up to. Families get to thrive. They also get to experience connection.
And children are seen and heard. Parents empower.
Yeah. And usually we have a monthly theme we have conversations in. But given the circumstances, every Monday to Friday, we're holding a conversation where we get to just stand in families thrive.
Mm-hmm.
What's in the way of your family thriving right now? Or how would you love your family to thrive right now? Or what needs to be said about it all? Or what are you discovering?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah. And so it's an opportunity to, grab a cup of tea or whatever and to pause. Really just pause for a moment. Be with yourself and everything about your family that really matters to you. And just kind of bring it here to a conversation together.
Yeah. And really, what I'm trying to do is tag us so that we know that people know we're actually live. That's what I'm doing while I'm not right in the conversation with you. And I'm not having any luck. I'm trying to do it on my phone. So perhaps we'll try it a different way. But I really love that we actually get to pause, and I'm noticing the difference it makes every single day to pause and not just keep rolling on.
Yeah, I really noticed it's interesting because being a life coach or in this kind of industry for a couple of decades almost now of growth and development and things, I kind of have it I pause, I'm used to having alarms and noticing and distinguishing and it's wow, I'm really discovering this whole pandemic aspect and what people are dealing with, what I'm dealing with is a whole program in itself. And of noticing my mechanics. Really, I'm really noticing how much I plow through stuff. How much I just kind of brace and okay, I've just got this. Okay, on to the next moment. It's okay, it's gonna be okay. Who do I have to be? And with my kids, it's okay, how can I bring something in this moment? And I just I keep trudging through, and it brings some value. I guess I noticed with the with an on read, it brings some value, and it's really me trudging through and doing a lot of work. And I'm not sure if the satisfaction and fulfillment or that sense at the end of the day of wow, that real connected and being with each other really wins the day. And that's what my commitment is, right? That commitment is the win the day commitment. And
yeah, I'm really loving what you're creating.
But I notice I'm just kind of keep going.
Yeah.
And not pausing.
And keep there's something to push through, something to get to is what I'm hearing too. And you're not alone. I'm so clear that I do that too. I had this morning, I said to Dan, so oldest, in case you don't know, is in isolation and quarantine for 14 days. Everybody's in our house in a separate suite. My new joke is that he moved into his first apartment because he had
I think he may have kind of fallen in love with it. So
yeah, exactly. But I had this vision that today, I had a vision that today we'd get to sit out in the sun and have, a cup of tea, and then made carrot cake at midnight last night. So it's carrot cake to serve him. But I noticed I want it to look a certain way. It's not good enough that I actually get to be outside in the sunshine with my kid. And Ben came to join us, and Ben's got his music going. It's not good enough because I need it to look a certain way, right? So everyone should be happy right now, and not be a smart ass as they like to say. And I was really in that moment, I was oh my word, the thing I've been wanting so much is right here, and I'm rather going to be driven about how it should look than actually be present in the moment.
Yeah. It's the somewhere to get. Yeah, I even noticed right now, it's so funny, and it's so how things should be. And it's Anon and Reed are beyond content with the situation. Beyond. They are probably in bliss right now. Like they're like getting to play computer games and their friends are available, and they're coming out and their dad is available anytime they kind of want them, and they're jumping on the trampoline, they're climbing the rock walls, they're going like for like a walk up and down the street or something every now and again. Like their whole world like is probably everything they've ever wanted it to be. And I kind of have it like, but it's not kumbaya. Like it's like we're not like, they're not interested in like sitting down. Like even like yesterday we talked in like about like what you did with your family in the family meeting and like having this conversation. They are not interested.
I love it.
They're not.
Sorry. No.
And like for me, I'm so offended.
Thank you.
I
know.
Like, but
are you sure?
We can sit down and we can like create great family things. And we can make stuff and do stuff. Like, aren't there kits we can make together and games we can play? And they're like, no. Like, bye. And I'm sitting there like, but then I'm sitting there like I failed. Like, it's interesting. Like, here they are, satisfied and fulfilled, like beyond belief. And like, we're still connected. We're still like passing by and loving each other and hugs and sweet little tiny moments. But I want it to look a certain way. I want to, I'll sit down for a long activity and like beside each other, and like it's the little house on the prairie moments. Yes. Like, let's read books together, all snuggled in sleeping bags. Yes.
And it was actually interesting because that was my concern about sharing yesterday, is that I actually had exactly that. Am I creating something that doesn't actually work for people? It happened to work for me on that day, and it was created with a lot of intention.
Yeah.
But then I don't want it ever to be like, so it's just interesting, right? I had a concern that somehow it would lay something on people. And then I'm listening to you and I can just hear what you're actually pointing to is it's what it leaves with you that you then make yourself wrong about how it went. It's like that's what then takes us away. In fact, it's not the trying it on. It's not even trying to create the thing, right? But it's what we do with when it doesn't go the way we anticipate it to go.
Well, it's interesting. Like, I'm so present to like that reaction, because like when it's like it's almost like this offended, like, well, that would have been really great. Like, what? Like, seriously? And then it's like I notice myself, well, fine then. Well, fine then. And it's like, I guess I'll just go busy myself in my thing. And
but then
that cuts off the connection, right? Like, and then it cuts off the available. Mm-hmm. And like, imagine if I could just be with it as like, if I look at what my commitment is for all of our satisfaction and fulfillment, for all of us to enjoy and love and autonomy. Like, I really love when everybody is going and doing their own thing and like, having their own personality about it, their own expression about it. Like, I don't want to have my kids do anything specific all the time. So it's like, actually, everything I love is happening. Like, everything I love is happening. My husband is so available and having great time. I'm like so moved at who he's being as a parent and how it's working. And they're so excited. I'm getting to hug them up and they're snuggly. And like, actually, like those moments where they do come out of their room briefly, they actually like, share a little bit and talk to me about what they've been doing, which is lovely. But like, somehow I failed as a parent in that because I haven't like driven. And oh my gosh, back to that driving. Like, I drive and trudge, but I haven't had to trudge this. I haven't had to drive anything. So I didn't do enough work in it.
That's it. You didn't work hard enough here.
I didn't work hard enough for this. Mm-hmm. So how can I be like satisfied and fulfilled? Because like, what value did I bring to it?
It's actually, and I actually hear that's the question. I know that's where I get trapped again and again. Like, honestly, we've been baking and cooking and making meals from scratch like some kind of, noble human. And I just noticed, like, no, but I noticed, like, there's my value. Like, I see my value. Oh, because I do this stuff. That's where I have value. It's that same conversation. Like, these things that we have to do in order to prove our value. Show up as a good mom.
Yeah.
It would, yeah.
And it's like I notice I'm continually, and wow, I'm kind of afraid to look, but it'd be interesting. It's like how often I'm literally like the question I'm like that has me, or the question that's like right here pulling me
Yeah.
forward is like, am I a good mom? Am I a good mom? Am I a good
Mm,
mom? Am I a good
mm,
mom? Like it's like
mm,
everything's up a test.
mm.
Like, you know,
Oh,
like
but
it's
you
just
can,
this continual, perpetual, like everything's tested against that. Like everything. A boy comes
mm,
out and like talks to me for a second. Well, was I a good mom? Like I
mm,
look at them off in their room on their computer. Well, am I a good mom?
mm,
Well, like they went and just ate like some crackers and whatever. And it's like, am I a good mom? And it's like I'm
mm,
sitting there not doing anything with my family and they're totally satisfied and fulfilled, but I'm like, am I a good mom?
mm,
And I'm like literally looking for like answers to that.
mm.
Like
It,
continue looking for answers for that. And like it's interesting. Like what would I need? Like it's like interesting. I'm even noticing like how what I'm like looking for. It's like, well, like I need to have them laughing. I
mm,
need to have them like loving each other up.
mm,
And I need to have them engaged with me
mm,
to be like a good mom.
mm. That's what a
Like if they're
successful
not
mom
that,
looks. That's what a successful mom looks like for you. It's
yeah.
really brilliant what you've just distinguished there.
Yeah. Like it's like, wow, I didn't realize like how much is like literally like right here,
Mm-hmm.
even through all of
Mm,
my interactions and even the background of my day. Like when I'm working on something else or whatever, it's like, am I a good mom? Am I a good mom? Am I a good mom? You know, as my teenagers, you know, are engaged in their space and you know, maybe a bit aloof with me or what I would call aloof, which is total normal teenage behavior, like me, am I a good mom?
mm-hmm.
Am I a good mom? And then it
Mm-hmm.
has me take it all personal and make stuff mean stuff.
Mm,
Like, you know, like a teenage interaction. Like Ren, I was talking to him on the phone yesterday, and because he's over at his dad's right now, because we're doing a switch with you know everybody having 2 weeks of isolation, and um and like he's playing a computer game at the same time and he's
mm,
talking to me and he's sharing but like right there with that am I a good mom question, like I'm listening for like is he engaged, is he laughing, like I'm listening for certain things that would point to I'm a good mom or not. And then I noticed myself like feeling like a crappy parent when I got off the phone. Well, I must not be a good mom, or like something must be wrong with me, or like it's just interesting what it left me with.
it really is. I'm just listening to you because that evaluation thing runs the whole time, doesn't it? Like we're
Mm-hmm.
always evaluating against something, whatever that is. Like you have it like a good mom. Mine lives in that same world, but it's really in the world. I think, am I doing enough? Is this enough? Is this enough? Is this enough? You
Mm.
know, and this is too much. Then that's what it is. This is too much. Too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's interesting to hear like we all have a flavor of a question with regarding to parenting and who we are as a mom, a dad, whatever form of parent we are, or you know, aunt, grandparent, whatever. We have a question that sits there and we're evaluating against
Mm-hmm.
and continue looking for.
And
And
then
then it totally affects our final satisfaction or availability
exactly,
for connection because everything's so
exactly.
personalized and like,
Well, but you can hear there's no freedom because I'm always comparing,
mm,
right?
mm-hmm.
And I was just going to say too, I think like because most of us are shacked up with all our peeps, it,
Yeah, we're on lockdown.
yeah, right? Is that then whatever's there just gets heightened, you
Hmm.
know? You actually, literally what I said earlier, it occurs to me like we're in a petri dish.
Yeah. Yeah, like this is like the best training course in personal and professional growth development, parenting crash course, anything available known to man right now.
It really is.
It's a great context to have though. I was like thinking about that. It's like I
Mm-hmm.
could go about my day and it could be like, oh, you know, or whatever it's going to be. And it's like, no, I am the best training program that could possibly exist right now.
I love that.
What am I going to discover today?
Today.
Oh my gosh, what mirror is going to be placed in front of me to see my mechanics operate, my trudge through and my question that continually has me evaluating and feeling like a bag of crap parent. When my kids are so happy, like they are so satisfied and fulfilled and loving their life, loving their parents, loving each other, and so kind and sweet. Like they're playing together more than they've ever played together before. It's actually so beautiful. It's what I've always wanted.
But isn't that the thing? It's what you really want. But the other stuff is like it takes away from what actually there, right?
Yeah,
So
but let me beat myself
interesting.
up and lash myself a few times of how much I suck. Let me go drive something through, go interrupt
Yes.
their satisfaction and fulfillment of playing together and say, listen here, kids.
This should look this way. We should be
This
connected
should.
in this way.
We need to be holding hands. We need to be holding hands now.
In fact, you need a proper plan on how to hold hands.
Yes, because I'm sure there'd be a right way of hand holding.
Yeah, and
Yes.
it needs to look for a certain amount of time. It needs to look a certain way.
The right
I know.
squeeze level, the right pressure levels and grip.
It's so beautiful. Thank you for that. I know we're being really kind of irreverent, but
Having
really
fun with
is.
it.
It really is the opportunity to not like be weighed down by it all. And yes, and like I don't know. I want to say like every one of us is dealing with something. Like I don't want to take away, but how about if the stuff we actually have some say in the matter of, that's where we actually have a say in the matter of. I think that's what I'm getting at. And I want to giggle again because it's the fun of like, oh, looking at how funny we are in these situations, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's such the opportunity, right? Because we are dealing with things, and things as we deal with things, think like our emotions heighten, our reactions heighten, we're more sensitive, we're like, we want to hold on to some security and stability even more than ever and want things to go a certain way. So we can, like myself, I can get even more like kind of controlling or agenda oriented as like my safety, like to create a safe environment for me to feel secure in.
Yeah. Because then at least you have the sense, we think, you're not alone because I'm exactly the same. We think then that we have some sense of security in it, right? Predictability.
Yeah.
If at least I clamp this bit down,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like, I'm sure that's why, like, I have these agenda ideas with the kids. Like, if we're all sitting around, holding hands around the table, sharing our hearts and looking at each other's eyes and being so grateful and thankful and having this moment, then somehow it's all okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, it's really like, that agenda is really coming from safe, secure.
Yeah, that you can actually point that it's all okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, and the opportunities we get to laugh at, like these kind of things, and just notice, like, really there's nothing to do, even just like, hi, I'm noticing myself feel a little neurotic.
but that really is the thing, Sarah, right? Is instead of beating ourselves up for that, we're so much more available when we quit beating ourselves up,
Yeah.
You don't have to be so serious about it.
Yeah.
But seriously, like I'm being all serious about it. I'm like, we don't need to. Actually, this is the opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not to say we don't have to be responsible for what we're doing, or what if it causes something, not to be responsible for that. That's not the point.
But we can give I hear like the word space and grace. I love that, right? Like, we can give ourselves some space and grace around our humanity and how we might be operating, and the opportunity to even discover ourselves more through this process.
I love that.
Like, just to discover how I react or what I interact with or what has me or what questions might be like driving the day or how I might show up, as like the opportunity to discover myself more. And I don't even have to go and change it. I don't even have to go and fix it or do anything about it. And in the act of just noticing it, like literally noticing it, I get like some peace about it. And I can then laugh and, see it for what it is. And then like, I even see like, oh my gosh, I can see it in all these other spaces. And, I'll probably notice when it's coming up again next time more easily with greater ease.
Well, that's the thing. We start to actually have mastery in the noticing.
Yeah.
I was going to say something in the world of my words. Sometimes when I get very excited, I put words together. So it was going to be like the Martosserosering kind of thing.
Oh, your
But it's
invented language.
Yeah, the mastery in noticing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hear that's the opportunity to, like, anybody listening or listening in the future, like that's really the opportunity of this conversation. And
Mhm.
you know what I invite you to take away is where you are, like, to just notice the mechanics. What questions, kind of are right there for yourself, or where are you evaluating yourself, or what do you think it has to look like?
Mhm.
Or like, why do you need it just that certain way, or like what's operating in the background here?
Mhm. I love that. What's operating in the background? It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like an operating system on a
Yeah.
computer.
And
What's
not even
running
that
back
you have
there?
to go, not even like you have to go and close the window down. You don't even have to close the window down if you notice it operating. Just like notice it up.
Yeah.
Like,
Freaking
yeah.
brilliant.
And hug yourself. Like, I'm just want to do this to myself.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah. To be a
amazing.
parent and to be with kids. It's a fantastic space. And to just stand there and take it on, it takes something. And,
Really does.
acknowledge yourself. That's what I hear. It's like, hey, let's acknowledge ourselves. We're right where we're at.
Exactly. And it doesn't need to be looking pretty and good to be acknowledging it.
That's exactly so. Yes. Doesn't need to look a certain way. Like, look for what you can acknowledge. All of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's the opportunity of the day.
Really is. Really is.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything you would like to add for this conversation
I
before
am
we sign out?
I'm so satisfied. Like, not a cat's got the cream, but just satisfied with the conversation that for me just opened stuff up. I'm just so grateful to be in this conversation, over and
Mm-hmm.
over. And to
Me
take
too.
pause.
Yeah. So again, Monday to Friday, 12:30
12:30
p.m.
Pacific.
Pacific, Facebook Live. Be there or be square. This is the
Exactly.
conversation, though, really. Like, right where you're at. The intention is families thrive and the conversation's related. And pause in your day and be with us and join us. And if you can comment into the Facebook, we are tomorrow going to be having a great, better system set up where we can respond to the comments as they're coming in. So if you'd like to ask questions as we even go or contribute, like, please be part of the conversation with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Do
it's
it.
really the opportunity. So 12:30 p.m. Pacific, Monday to Friday. Join us for the conversation on Facebook Live. We'll see you tomorrow.
We will. Okay. Bye.
Bye.